Okay, so we are just about ready to export out of Maya. Let's pull open the Arnold render view one more time and just see what our render looks like. I think that is really nice. I will admit the ball is quite shiny. If you don't like the ball being that shiny, go into the ball with tail group, select the body of the ball, and open your attribute editor. You will be able to find in here somewhere that it is attached to a thing called a blin. The blin has this specular color attribute. The lower the specular color is, the less shiny it's going to be. So I'm just going to turn that down, 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 down. We'll turn its reflectivity down, 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 down too. And with those two things, I should just have a less shiny body to the ball. Okay, that looks good. I'm happy with that. Let me open my render settings window. And in here, I'm going to be rendering with the Arnold renderer. My project is already set, thank goodness. So let's call this ball with tail. Let's just call it ball with tail. That's fine. Ball with tail is fine. We'll render PNGs. We will render name.number.extension, and I'm going to render frames 1 through 120. You may have more frames. If you have more frames, you may want to sacrifice quality for efficiency. I'm going to do this at HD 540, which is a preview size. If you are very proud of your animation and are considering it as a portfolio piece, you may want to kick that up to HD 1080. HD 1080 is full-size high definition. It will make your work look amazing, but it will also take longer. So I'm going to leave this set to HD 540. Now, over here it says renderable cameras, and I am going to set this to the UberCam because that is what I want to render through. That's not the last time I'm going to do that. So I'm here, I can see my render, it looks good. If you've done anything different with the lighting, you may want to turn up your camera AA settings. These are fine for me. This is more or less a preview. If you want to go through and add materials to any of the obstacles or to the ground, that is also just fine with me. I'm keeping them plain because I want my audience to focus really hard on the ball. But everybody's going to have a different thing in mind. Like if you want the obstacles to be really scary and you want to make them like neon colors and red to make them look more threatening, poisonous, go for it. So I'm all good here. I've gone through my common tab. I'm feeling good about this. When I move into my rendering menu set to get to my render menu, I want to be sure that I'm running render sequence through the option box. When I do this, the first and only option that I care about is current camera. I want to set this to UberCam. If I don't set this to UberCam, it will not render through the UberCam, no matter what I set here in my render settings. So this is the big important thing. You're going to be sure that your render sequence is running through the correct camera, and then you are good to go. Everything else will be just the same as with the bouncing ball. You're going to run a render sequence, take it into After Effects, adjust it in After Effects however you like, and render a movie there. I'm going to pause this here and come back when that result is finished. Okay, I am back. This is my movie file right here. I wanted the ending to be a little bit sad because we do fall off at the end. So in After Effects, I threw in an adjustment layer. I put on a hue saturation. I hypersaturated at the beginning, and then I desaturated at the end, and I think that that makes a little emotive difference. So feel free to do any kind of post-production editing you see fit. Hopefully you'll get a nice movie out of this. I do think that this one makes a good portfolio piece if you do it right. So hopefully you'll all do it right. And that's it for this project. The ball with tail, showing emotion as it goes through an obstacle course and using squash and stretch and anticipation and secondary motion, is a big, complicated project, but when it's all done, it usually looks spectacular, so I hope that all of yours do, and I look forward to seeing them in the critique.